It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And we'll get a look here at Josh Allen. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Shamrocks and the Oilers on Monday Night Prime Time.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us across the Atlantic and along the River Liffey in the wonderful city of Dublin, Ireland. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led by their 5'11 quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Walker going right to the air. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game to about the 48-yard line. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse, speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. But you look at this defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And nowadays, to get to the first down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
Working out of the gun here, Walker. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
To throw is Walker. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Singletary with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Oilers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick in 2018 from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Another run here with Dobbins. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Allen now looks to throw. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Here's Allen to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Colby Parkinson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Shamrocks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Oilers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Walker. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dio Odengbo in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Now Walker. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Deep to return, Malik Washington. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
They run the toss with Dobbins. Tough running there before being wrangled down shy of the 15. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now Allen. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On play action, Allen. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. This a 2nd and 8. Here's Allen. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble. Back to throw. Allen. That one complete. It's tanked down. Down to the 10. Touchdown! Tank Dell, 63 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this 1st quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The visitors' offense and running back Devin Singletary headed back onto the field. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this 1st quarter. They might very well lean on him the rest of the way. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there. Play clock all the way to 0. Didn't get the snap off. 5-yard penalty.
And you see the head coach writing that note on his play sheet right now. He's going to be addressing that with his staff. A sense of urgency. Get to the line of scrimmage. Snap the ball.
A give up the middle to Singletary. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he's flushed out left, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guy. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. To throw is Walker. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Running with Elliott. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And as a result, possession switches hands. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Allen going to throw. Complete to Zacchaeus. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. To the air, Allen. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Allen. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. This short throw caught by Goddard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Here's Walker. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Dobbins. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. Nifty footwork at the 45. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Allen. Looking middle, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Tucker's kick is good. And they will 10 now, 17-7.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night, as it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game, and you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We were treated to a solid first half of football by the great quarterback, Josh Allen. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. The Shamrocks offense and receiver Tank Dell getting set to take over again. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how he's been throwing the football these last couple.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Juan Thornhill. 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dayo Odengbo, his 2nd sack of the night. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Shamrocks offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this ride. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Back to throw. Allen. Throw over the middle. Taken in by Dell. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Allen. And this one's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Allen to throw once more. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to kick it away. And now out comes Houston. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff on the option to Singletary. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. And we've got an injured player, and that's running back Devin Singletary, who's in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Walker. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Walker. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Walker now. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A dump off to Elliott. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Walker. Eluding the pressure right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Elliott. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. Now Walker. Buying time to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. P.J. Walker. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Oilers are back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Dublin's offense now set to take over. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Here's Allen to throw it. Taking a shot for Dell here. And he knocks the ball away. Falls incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 9 yards is the loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the right sideline. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Dobbins is in for a touchdown. some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Walker. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Certainly a rarity for all but an elite couple of quarterbacks in this league to have a 100-yard day on the ground. Heck, even running backs don't hit the mark as often as they used to. Nice to see them keep calling his number once they saw he was in line for a special game.
The Shaheed going to go in motion. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. That's complete to Dell. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
109 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Another run here with Dobbins. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
To throw, it's Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Colby Parkinson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Shamrocks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. To throw is Walker. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dallas Goedert, 56 yards. And the Oilers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
Houston set to take over. And at this stage in the fourth, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And they run the option on second down. And a here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Here's Dobbins.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Allen now looks to throw.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
They'll run. It's Dobbins.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Allen running the option to the left.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Second down and 6 now. Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Try to take this home. They'll run. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory. Now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
And they will take a knee here. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
McLaughlin. Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. This is 1st and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for Dublin, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to